Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about Sex in the City, okay? The original show back from the late 90s, early 2000s, back when the show was good. I'm Diego, and I've seen every single episode of Sex in the City, so I know what I'm talking about, all right? Now, I am going to give you here on my YouTube channel, I always talk honestly, completely honestly, brutal honesty, okay? I don't lie here. I'll tell you the exact truth from a straight man's point of view, okay? Obviously, I'm a straight man, and I've watched this show, okay? I love the show. But I did have a problem with it when I watched it. Okay, originally when the show came out, the biggest problem I had with it was that they weren't treating the straight men right. Okay, they were treating them as disposable. Okay, the straight men were acting crazy. They weren't doing things that a normal human being would do, much less a straight guy. All right, so that's the only thing that bothered me. All right, I think everything else was pretty accurate, and the women I knew told me that the girl stuff was accurate. Okay, but the guy stuff was most definitely not accurate. And I couldn't really talk to my guy friends about it because none of my guy friends were watching the show. I was the only one that was watching the show, okay? The only guys I knew watching the show were gay guys, all right? And so I didn't have very much in common with them. So this is a straight man's point of view. I'm going to tell you, because I know a lot of girls that watch this show. They got a lot of tips about dating and about sex from watching this show, okay? Can you imagine all the 12 and 13-year-old girls that are watching this shit, even though it was on HBO? Yeah, I know. Scary, right? The problem I had was that, you got these girls that are like 15, 14, they're watching Sex in the City and they've seen every episode, and now they think when they're 18, they think, oh my God, I got a PhD in sex. I know everything about sex because I watched every episode. Well, that's fucking bullshit. Okay, it's not realistic. These guys on the show were not realistic. The girls, I think, were correct. Okay, and the stuff that girls talk about, that was all correct. I think that was all spot on. That was very enlightening for me. Okay, I wanted to know what these are things that no girl's gonna tell me. So I wanted to know this stuff. It was interesting. I want to see what it's like from their point of view. All right, but at the same time, okay, the guys on the show were not real guys. These were not real men. Okay, these are caricatures of straight guys. What the gay writers and the lesbian writers and the feminist writers thought a straight man was. That's what they were writing about. Okay, so there was no relatability here. So I'm here to set the record straight. Figuratively and literally. Okay, I'm here to set the record straight. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly from a straight guy's point of view what I think is realistic, what's not realistic, what a guy would do, what a guy wouldn't do, what was bullshit, and what they got right. Okay, so that's what I do here on this show. Okay, so today we're still on season 2. This is episode 15 of season 2 of Sex in the City. The name of this episode is called Shortcomings. Shortcomings. Okay. So obviously it's about premature ejaculation. Hey, I've never experienced that, but I know there's guys out there that do, I guess. I don't know. It's not like, that's not something guys tell each other. Hey, dude, I premature come all the time. No, we don't do that. Okay, so if that's a problem, only you women would know. Okay, we don't know. Okay, we don't tell each other that shit. All right. Woo! All right. Anyway, so it begins at the gym, right? I guess Miranda decided to do something about that big fat ass of hers. Okay, I don't like Cynthia Nixon. Okay, yeah, and so she decided to do something about it. So she goes to the gym. I guess once every like fucking 3 years, she goes to the gym. I can tell. Anyway, so she goes to the gym. She's working out there, but she goes on Sundays. Now she absolutely hates it. It fucking sucks because on Sundays is family day. So all the gym patrons bring their kids into the fucking gym. Like that's fucking safe or something, right? Even I don't bring my fucking kid to the gym. Okay, there's like a daycare area where you put your kid when you work out. Okay, they're not allowed on the floor, but these kids are just running around next to these 75-pound barbells. They're just laying there. It's just ridiculous. Okay, completely unsafe. And I'm a father, and I know. Okay, completely unsafe. But it bothers her, that these kids are always fucking taking up her space and bothering her, annoying her when she's trying to work out on Sundays. Okay, the thought of just like not going to the gym on the days when the kids are there never occurred to her. See, the gym needs to change its rules for her. She wants to go on a Sunday and not be bothered by little kids. The thought of going to the gym on another day besides the Sunday doesn't occur to her. Okay, it's not her fault. It's not her responsibility. It's the gym that's supposed to fucking change for her. The gym's supposed to get rid of all the kids on the days when she's there. Now, when she leaves the gym, then they can come back in. But when she's there, they got to be fucking gone. Okay? That's the only reasonable way to handle this situation. And the fact that they haven't done that, the gym hasn't done that, pisses off Miranda, so she's already in a bad mood. I know nothing new, right? So she decides to get the fuck out of there. She sees some guy and his kid in the elevator, and she wants to. He tells her, "Hey, can you please let him push the buttons? He likes to push the buttons." So she tells him, "Okay, hit button 1." And the kid, his name's Simon. He's like 8 years older, so he's older than my kid. Of course, he hits all the buttons because that's what little fucking kids do. Okay, so the dad's like, oh, I'm sorry, he covers the kid's ears, he acts funny ever since the Divorced, Okay, and then he starts to, what's your name? Oh, I'm Miranda. Oh, wow, that sounds like a princess's name. Isn't she like a prince? Does she look like a princess, son? Yeah, she does. Okay, and be nice to the kind, beautiful lady here, okay? By the way, would you maybe like want to go out to dinner, or some bullshit like that? Who the fuck does this, man? Who the fuck flirts with a woman when he's got his fucking kid right there? In a fucking elevator, for Christ's sake. This is fucking bullshit. Who the fuck does that? I mean, I flirted with girls like in the fucking supermarket, okay? But I've never flirted with a girl when my fucking kid is right there. Are you out of your fucking mind? Okay, but she had her kid too, so yeah, that doesn't count. All right, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there's there's like you gotta look at your environment before you talk to somebody. Okay, where are you at? That determines whether or not you should be approaching people. I know me personally, when I'm at the gym, I'm there to fucking work out. I'm not there to hit on girls. Okay, I'm not there to talk to people. I'm there to fucking listen to my music, or whatever the hell I'm listening to, and work out. That's all I'm there for. I'm not there for anything else. My socializing, I'll do that somewhere else. There's other places where I go socialize. There's other places where I want to meet people. Public places. Places where I got my friends are at. That kind of thing. That's separate. Okay, in the gym, I'm there for one reason. Okay, the guys that are at the fucking gym that I see all they're there to do, they're not there to work out. They're just there to hit on girls. They're fucking losers. Anyway, I'm there for a reason. I got a goal, and it's not to fucking pick up people at the gym. But then again, not everyone's like me, so who knows? I guess it's a social setting, fine. Like if I was doing like a yoga class or something, yeah, I'd probably hit on the girls, but it's fucking obvious I'm only there to hit on the girls. I'm not there to do any fucking yoga. I think yoga's boring. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do some fucking cardio or something. I'm gonna run, jump, that kind of thing. Something that's gonna move my body, not fucking posing in yoga poses. That's just, to me, that's just dumb. And don't even get started spinning. But yeah, okay. Anyway. So, he hits on her and she agrees to go out with him for some fucking reason. His name's Roger. Okay, so Miranda says, you know what? I don't wear vintage clothes. I don't collect antiques. And what else? Don't wear vintage clothes. And I don't like flea markets. Okay? Is it too much to ask that he not be used? It's like chewing someone else's bubblegum. So you don't shop leftover at stores. You don't go to flea markets. You don't buy used furniture. Is it too much to fucking ask that he not be someone else's leftovers, that he not be used? It's like chewing someone else's bubblegum. Wow, Miranda, that's quite some insight you have there. You know what? Until this very moment, I never realized the struggle that you women have dating men with children. It sucks. I have empathy now because I never had it before. But now that I've seen this episode, I realize that, it must be quite a burden. It must be difficult for all you women out there. And I feel sorry for all you women out there that have to go through with that, First of all, you got to look at the fact that like when you're dating someone, you're not just dating them, you're also dating their kids too, because no matter what the guy fucking says, the bottom line is he's always going to look at you as someone who's going to be a potential father figure to their kids, the kids that are not yours, okay? So that must be very, very pressureful. I would think so, Also, the fact that, there's no, the actual biological parents never around, and that the kids are not going to respect you. They're going to respect their biological, mother, not you. Now, we all know that it's always the father that gets custody of the kids in these situations, all right? So, because the mothers are all deadbeats. Well, it says a lot about the type of, women that those guys must date. They've probably been very abused by these women, they've been used, and, they got pregnant, They got pregnant, they tricked him into getting her pregnant, and now he's stuck with the kids. Well, she's out there just, riding the cock carousel, and now she's stuck with the kid, he's stuck with the kids. And it must be pretty intimidating, If I was a woman and I was in that situation with the guys, he's got like fucking 3 kids from like 3 different, girls, and he's stuck with them, and he's looking at you like, hey, you're going to support me, you're going to pay my fucking bills, or else I'm not going to give you any nookie, And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, probably. It must be pretty devastating for a woman to have to go through that shit, isn't it? Must be pretty sucky for a woman to have to fucking go out with a guy with kids, isn't it? Because I'm sure that's her fucking dream in life. Is to date a woman that's got kids from someone else. And have to fucking support her and her fucking kids. And for what? For what? For some every once in a while sex? For kids that are never going to respect you? Wow. Must really suck. I didn't realize it was so difficult, Miranda. I didn't realize that's such a cross that all you women out there have to bear. Damn. I would almost think it's an epidemic. But then what do I know? I've never been in that situation. Moving right along. My heart goes towards you, Miranda. Yeah, that must really suck. See, I'm lucky. I'm a guy. I never have to go through that. All right. Moving right along. Samantha says that all divorced men have baggage. They should all be rounded up and put into like a pound, like for dogs, That way you can get their entire history before you take one home. That's a good one, Samantha. I know where that pound is. It's right next to that background check station where they actually check every single person that the woman has ever had sex with, including DNA tests to see if their husbands are actually the biological fathers of their children, and they display the photographs of that and they give it to the guy. That way he can look at that, finish his business, and he'll know all her information before he drops her off at the bus stop. They're right next to each other. It's awesome. I'm sure I'll run into you there. Charlotte says, hey, my brother Wesley and his wife Leslie are getting a divorce, and he's really upset about it, so he's going to come visit, And the girl's like, well, are we going to meet him? She's like, no, I don't want you to meet him. No, it's my brother. I don't want him to deal with your scrutiny and ridicule. Did you get it, Wesley and Leslie? Carrie makes that joke. Oh, do they work for Nestle? Yes, that's pretty funny, actually. I think it is. Wesley and Leslie, yeah. Who knew Charlotte had a brother? She's very close to him, apparently. In fact, she's so close to him that we're never going to see him again. He won't show up at either one of her 2 weddings that are in her future, and he won't show up for anything else. Now, or does he? I don't know. Ladies, I haven't gotten to those episodes yet, but I don't remember seeing him ever appear again in any of the episodes or in the movies. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, please. But I don't think I will ever see him again. That's how close she is with her brother. Okay, so now Carrie's dating a guy named Vaughn, okay? Now, first as I saw him, I was like, what the fuck? That's not Vaughn, that's Jared. Remember Jared from season 1? That's the guy that Carrie met at the party, one of Stanford's friends. Remember? Justin Theroux? Yeah. Mr. Jennifer Aniston's ex-husband? Yeah, remember him? Yeah, well, I thought Jared's back, okay? But he got a haircut now, okay? And he's not Jared this time. He's a different guy. He's a guy named Vaughn, even though it's the same fucking actor. He's a guy named Vaughn now, who's basically, Jared with a haircut. And apparently he's a writer. Now remember, Jared in season 1, that was the guy that Carrie threatened to fuck if Mr. Big didn't show up at the party. Remember that? She said, if you don't come over here, I'm gonna fuck him. Remember that? Yeah, that's Jared. Okay, well now he's Vaughn. So I guess he changed his name. He definitely got a haircut. Anyway, so she's dating him now, okay? And he's a short story writer. Get it? Short stories. Okay, so anyway, they're gonna go on a date, but he's got to stop at his mom's house real quick because he's got to drop something off for a party or something. And he says, I don't want to stay. We're just going to drop this off real quick, say hi to my mom, boom, and then leave, right? Well, they get there, and it turns out his mom is Valerie Harper. Now, Valerie Harper is a freaking legend on television, okay? Valerie Harper was one of the stars of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, okay? For those of you who probably don't know who that is, okay, or some of you older do, okay, that's the kind of shit my mom watched, okay, when I was a little boy. And they were reruns back then, okay? So this was some old shit, okay? This was before I was born, all right? But apparently it was the first, like feminist sitcom. I remember watching that shit because my mom always had it on whenever the reruns were on TV. She's walking down the street and she takes her brain, throws it up in the air, like, you're gonna make it after all. I didn't know what the fuck feminism was. I was probably like 3 or 4 years old as a little fucking kid. But I just remember that fucking tune, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I remember all that shit just because my mom watched that shit all the time. I have never watched an episode of Mary Tyler Moore, okay? But I know I know it went on forever, and I know there was a spinoff. I can tell you who was in it. Valerie Harper was the best friend, Rhoda. Cloris Leachman was on there. Betty White was on there. The late, great Betty White, who just passed away a couple months ago. Yeah, she was on there. Gavin MacLeod, you remember him. He was the Captain Steubing from The Love Boat. Ted Knight, you remember him. He was the dad from Too Close for Comfort. Remember that show? Okay, I mean, they're all on this show, okay? So it was groundbreaking, apparently, but I've never actually seen an episode. But apparently it was a popular show. Ed Asner, of course, he played Lou Grant, who had his own spin-off show afterwards. They all got spin-off shows, too. Okay, that's how popular the show was. Like the first feminist, sitcom. So for them to have Valerie Harper on an episode of Sex and the City, that's like having, a legend on your episode, okay? So I got a lot of respect for Valerie Harper. Okay, and I remember her also, when she had her own TV show called Valerie. I watched that piece of shit, okay? And then she wanted too much money. It was a popular show. Jason Bateman played her son on it. And then she wanted too much money, so they fired her from the show. And they still called it Valerie, even though she wasn't on the show anymore. And then a season after that, they changed the name to the Hogan family, because her character on the show is called Valerie Hogan. They changed the name to the Hogan family, but the show was still on. Well, that's a little too much information. Anyway, just to let you know, I know who Valerie Harper is, okay? It's a legend in comedy, television comedy. So she plays Justin Theroux, Vaughn, Jared Vaughn's mom, okay? And Carrie and her bond immediately, and she gets to meet his family. And they were nice. She's got 2 sisters. They're both, stuck-up bitches. One of them's a lesbian, obviously. She acts all butch. Nothing against that, but you can just tell. The way, her sisters, disrespect him, which, hey, my sisters disrespect me too. I disrespect them too. That's what siblings are for, right? And then the dad's there, and the dad, I guess he's like a famous writer or something, or he invites, he's doing a seminar on the cultural zeitgeist of New York, and he invites Carrie onto that. So she's on, oh my God, And Valerie Harper is an award-winning documentary filmmaker. She's making a documentary on genital mutilation right now, which is some pretty good stuff, right? So yes, she bonds with the family, and they sound like a pretty cool family. They really are. The kind of family that you want to hang out with. Like when you're dating someone that got a cool family, you want to hang out at that family's house because everyone there is cool. They're fun to talk to. And I've had similar situations like that. I had a girlfriend once. Her uncle, he was an old man. I mean, he just was a wealth of knowledge. He knew so much about history, about battles, about military history, and this is the shit that I love, and he was also a big fan of the Twilight Zone. Like, I'm talking the old school, like the black and white Twilight Zone episodes, all right? And, when we would talk for hours about, the Twilight Zone and about history, about Rod Serling, and I knew a lot about Rod Serling, so did he, I mean, it's we would play trivia with each other. It's fucking always this old man, but God, I love talking to him. To this day, I still miss him. But yeah, I bonded with him. He was like an uncle, like the uncle I never had, I bonded with him so much. I'm not going to say his name because my ex might be watching this right now and I don't want to give it away. But, God, I miss that guy. I hope he's still alive. But yeah, we used to have so much. Oh, we used to talk for hours and hours and hours about military history, We talk about Ronald Reagan, and Twilight Zone, And I'd caught him with what was the name? Did you know that Rod Serling wrote Planet of the Apes? Yeah, did you know that? You didn't, I did. Of course, he knew that, but anyway, moving right along. The point is that I bonded, so I know what it's like. I understand what Carrie's going through. Okay, she has more connection with his family, particularly her boyfriend's mother, than she does with her boyfriend, which is kind of sad. Okay. But anyway, so that's going on there. They invite her. She has a great time hanging out with them. Meanwhile, Miranda and the single dad, Roger, And they go on a date in Central Park. They're just walking around there. And of course, the kid fucking hits Miranda with a stick because he's an annoying little fucking brat. Number one, why the fuck are you bringing your kid on a fucking date? Okay? What kind of fucking parenting is that? Okay? What kind of fucking parent? Why are you bringing your kid on a fucking date? Okay? That's fucking stupid. I would never do that. You get a babysitter. What the hell? Because shit like this happens. Kids don't know how to fucking act. You can't supervise them if your attention is focused on your date. So of course the kid's gonna fucking hit her with a stick or throw things at her. He's a fucking little kid. Of course he's gonna do that. And this kid's a fucking pain. I thought my son better never act that way around me, man. That kid, he's fucking throwing shit, running around. Oh my God. So that's going on there, and I can't. The kid's so disobedient, doesn't respect his dad. It's just fucking just bullshit. And the fact that he's all just cool with it, he never tells his son, hey, cut that out. Hey, son, do not hit her with that stick. You do not hit people with sticks. He doesn't even say that. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, his age, Son, come on, give me a break, son, come on. Yeah, that kind of fucking shit. Fuck you, bullshit parenting. And he brings his son on the fucking, oh God, it's disgusting. Not realistic at all. I would never, I'm a single dad, and I would never do that, all right? I'd never bring my son on a fucking date. Okay, and anyway, he makes a little small talk with Miranda. He tells her some shit like, hey, you know what, I'm one of those rare aberrations in men, I actually, I want to get married someday, and I like knowing that there's people waiting for me when I get home. I guess that's pretty boring. And then Miranda says, no, you're like the holy grail of men. Yeah, right. No, Roger, you don't sound boring. What you sound is desperate. You sound lonely. You sound very insecure. You sound like you live in fucking lollipop land. And the fact that you're raising a kid to believe in these same values that you have, it's pretty sad. It actually angers me a lot. Okay, no, what you're coming across is very desperate, very intimidating. Okay, this is your first date with this girl, and you're already telling her that you want to get married. Like, what the fuck does that say to her? Okay, you haven't even had sex yet. Okay, she's barely getting to know you. Now, I'm not apologizing for Miranda here. I'm just going from his point of view. What do I think about this guy? Well, why would you fucking say that on a first date? You know what? I really want to get married. I know it's weird, right? I've just been divorced. I'm paying alimony. And she's spending all that money on the guys that she was cheating on me with. But you know what? I really want to get married. I got custody of the kid. Are you fucking out of your mind? Who the fuck says that shit? Now, he didn't say that, but that's what he was thinking. That's definitely what he was thinking. Who the fuck does this? Who wrote this shit? I'll tell you who wrote this shit. A gay guy wrote this shit. Michael Patrick King wrote this shit. You think this is how fucking guys think? No. I'm a single dad, and I've gone on dates. Okay, and I don't fucking tell them I want to get married. Not on the first fucking date. I say things like, okay, you know what? Well, I'm just meeting people right now. But, if something real happens, yeah, sure, I'll let it happen. Moving right along. Oh, where's my son? Oh, he's at the babysitter's. Yeah. Or whatever, Okay. And then, of course, a little brat comes over there and gives Miranda a worm. A little worm. Yeah, a little live worm, yeah. Projecting? Anyway, moving right along. Charlotte and her brother Wesley, they're talking. Charlotte made him some muffins. I guess that's something she does. I didn't know she did that, but she makes muffins. Okay, and he says, I don't want muffins, Charlotte. I swear to God. If you give me muffins again, I'm walking out of here, okay? Where's the vodka? I need a fucking drink. So how is it that Wesley, her brother, is so very, he's not an airhead like his sister. He's more down to earth. He's more assertive as to what he wants, whereas Charlotte's more wishy-washy and more like, princess, La La Land, type, airheadedness. I don't get it. Charlotte seems very naive, even though she's, fucked a shitload of guys. She seems very naive. And she can't understand why her brother is all angry and straight to the point, and pessimistic. She can't understand that. This was your brother. Like, you're supposed to have grown up with him, okay? How'd you not know his quirks, okay? Or his personality? Okay, so she's like, oh, you had such a lovely wedding. You know, patience and understanding, that's all I need. You got to work this out with Leslie. He's like, Wesley, yeah, lovely wedding. We're going to have a lovelier divorce. By the way, Charlotte, why are you giving me advice? When was the last time you were in a goddamn long-term relationship? And she's just like, eat your muffin. I like this guy, Wesley. I like him. Okay, so Carrie and Vaughn, Jared Vaughn, Justin Theroux, they're about to have some crazy sex. I guess she got turned on by hanging out with his parents. So they go back to her apartment. They're stripping their clothes off. They're fighting with each other, making out like crazy, taking the shit up. And then what happens? He premature ejaculates. Yeah, damn it. Now this has never happened to me, okay? But I would imagine it's pretty embarrassing, okay? I don't even know how the fuck that happens. I know it's a real thing, so I know it does happen. I don't understand how that could happen because, I mean, for me, I gotta be stimulated. I can't just, it's not how it works. Okay, I gotta feel something. Okay, so I don't know. So guys that are out there, those of you that just do that without even touching yourself, what is the secret, man? I want to know how to do that. No, I don't. It's all about giving her pleasure. Yeah, right. Okay, anyway. So that's got to be kind of embarrassing, and it's a dud, because he comes too quick. He comes without even having sex. Like Samantha said later, he never even got the car into the garage. Premature ejaculation. Okay, meanwhile, yeah, Samantha, yeah, she's the general pattern of sex. Yeah, right. Just because you fucked a lot of guys doesn't make you the general pattern of sex, okay? Okay, he can't get the car. I already said that. Okay, he can't get the cream in the carry. Oh, he can't get the cream in the cupcake. Oh my God, yeah, this is getting crazy. Okay. He can't get the yogurt in the Froger. Okay, sorry. Okay, moving right along. All right. So Carrie realizes that she likes Vaughn's family better than she likes Vaughn, particularly his mom. His mom's really cool. She likes hanging out with her more than she likes hanging out with Vaughn. Go figure. So, yeah, like I said, I understand that, man. It's when you meet someone that you connect, not sexually, but when you meet someone, in friendship wise, it's hard to break that. You don't want to lose that connection, because I've met people like that in my life that were not my family, but yet I treated them like family. I accepted them as family because our connection was so close. Like the guy I told you about earlier, he's like an uncle to me, even though we're not biologically related at all, but we just had a connection, we had a love of history. We had a love of pop culture. So we would talk about these things all the goddamn time, And it's just, there's people like that in your life, that you just, you miss them, I tell you, man, I can totally relate to that, what Carrie's going through, And the fact when me and my ex broke up and I couldn't hang out with him anymore, it sucked. I missed him more than I missed her, honestly, But, that's life. That's kind of what happens, And a lot of that is just like psychological. I know Carrie's mom died when she was young, so she didn't really know her mother that well. All she knew about her mother was the dresses that she left in the closet that she would try on all the time. So Valerie Harper's character is kind of like a mom to her, like the mom that she doesn't have anymore. So I can understand her bonding with it. Me, my friend, he was like an uncle to me, like the uncle I never had, like the uncle I wish I'd had, So yeah, I understand. He's the fucking for you Harry Potter fans out there, he's the Severus Snape. No, not Severus Snape. He's the it was Gary Oldman's character, Prisoner of Azkaban. That fucker, whatever. The surrogate, whatever. Okay, moving right along. Sam, your plan for sex. Okay, they are the. She calls them the Tom Cruise of families. they're so charismatic and charming. Well, I get it. Like I said, they're fun. Okay, Samantha says, anyone there? Well, is there anyone there you can fuck? You can't fuck the son? She's like, she's like, what? I'm trying to help. she's like, I fucked a guy once because his family had a swimming pool. Oh my God, yes. And I was only 13 when it happened. Oh God, you're gross, Samantha. You're just fucking gross. You're fucking little kids having sex. Like, which is actually believable. Honestly, it really is. You girls tend to lose your virginity a lot sooner than we do. Like boys, we tend to lose it like when your average boy. We tend to lose it when we're like 15, 16, 17. Girls, y'all lose it like at 12 and shit. Like, what the fuck, man? That's great. And it's not with another 12-year-old either. It's like with a fucking 18 or 19-year-old or 17-year-old. But anyway, I digress. Thesis of the episode is, when you sleep with someone, are you sleeping with their family too? Well, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like I said, she loves Vaughn's mom. They go out to dinner. Vaughn's mom, Valerie Harper, pays his column. If it wasn't for you and your column, we wouldn't know about other people's sex lives. She's like, oh, it's just a little something column. She's like, no, actually, it's important. You're doing a cultural good. Well, people need to be frank and honest about sex. I taught my kids all about sex since they were 2 years old. And I didn't call it. And I told them what their real words were for their parts. I didn't say there was their PP. I said what their actual names of their parts were, when they were little, since they were babies, But we got to be honest about, with my children, I'm honest about sex, about everything. When Franny, when she told me she was a lesbian, I said, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not Republican. Because if you're a Republican, I have to disown and cancel your disgusting, gay, fucking fish-eating, carpet-eating fucking ass. And Carrie's like, I like you. Yeah, better not be a Republican. That's worse. All right, so Charlotte and Wesley, they meet Carrie and Sam, and of course Carrie's like, what the, Charlotte's like telling Carrie, what the fuck is she doing here? Her name's Samantha. She's a friend of ours. You remember her? It's like, I don't want her hanging out with my brother. And they hook up. Hey, you know what? Samantha wants to go to a jazz club around here. And I love jazz. You girls want to come? No, we don't want to come. Okay, then her and I are just going to go together. Bye. You know where this is leading, right? So, of course, they have fucking sex, okay? Also, meanwhile, Miranda and Roger are having sex, too. They're doing it, okay? And, of course, Simon's home because the kids always got to be home when the daddy's having sex. It's a pretty smart idea. He's just running around. He could open the door at any time and see what, what's going on. What are y'all playing there? Hide the weenie? Yeah, of course, because that's the kind of dad he is. He just lets that happen. Anyway, Miranda decides to get up, with just a towel on because she knows that there's a little kid in the house. So she's just going to wear a towel and go to the bathroom and take a piss. And we got to watch it because, everybody here, we want to watch girls taking a piss. It's funny. It's exciting. It turns us on. Anyway, and so, but she doesn't lock the door. So Simon walks in on her while she's taking a piss. She gets she panics and slams the door shut on his face, which hits him on his face. So he starts crying. Daddy, daddy. And she's like, oh, fuck. So she gets up, in her towel, because that's all she's wearing. Like I said, even though she knew there's a little fucking kid walking around in the house. And she goes out there. He's got blood coming from the dad. Roger's holding, oh, my God. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I didn't mean to do it. He walked in on me, and I didn't want to scar him for life and have to take therapy because he's on a naked woman taking a piss. And so I slammed the door. I didn't mean to hit him. I'm sorry. He's like, he's probably going to need stitches. Just get out. Just go. Just go. Oh, so now you're a dad, huh? Now you're a fucking dad. All the other shit you did, let her, walk around naked when we're having your son there, when she's walking around naked, having sex right next door to his room while he's there, playing in the hallway, could walk in at any moment, going on dates with your fucking son, picking up women with your fucking son, and now you're going to be a dad? Yeah, good luck, you piece of shit. All right. So he tells her just to go. So Charlotte wakes up and finds Samantha in her living room, in her kitchen, wearing her fucking what school does she go to? DePaul? I don't remember. What was the school she went? So anyway, yeah. So Duke. She went to Duke. Charlotte went to Duke, and Samantha's wearing the Duke sweater, and that's it. That's all she's wearing. And Charlotte's like, what the? You slept with my brother? She says, like, and before Samantha can say anything, she says, like, is your vagina in the New York City guidebook? Because it should be. It's the hottest spot in town. It's always open. Samantha's like, how dare you call Samantha a slut? You are not allowed to do that. That is disrespectful. Only she can call herself a slut, not you, and not anyone else. So she gets the fuck out of there. And Wesley's pissed off. What'd you say to her? You know. And then she talks to Wesley. She talks to her brother and says like, hey, you know, he's like, hey, you know what? Leslie and I, we're not getting back together, okay? She's frigid. We haven't had sex in 2 fucking years. Last night was the first time I had sex in 2 fucking years, okay? That's what I needed. I just needed to have some really fucking good sex. I haven't had it in a long time, okay? That's all that happened, you know? And she's like, but you don't understand. Samantha's notch post is so thin, it's like a toothpick now. He's like, hey, it was just fun. I'm not trying to fucking marry her. I'm not trying to make her my girlfriend or anything. I just want to have some fucking sex, you know? And he's got a point. And you know what? Yeah, I'd do it too. I'd fuck Samantha too. Just so I could have some sex. Meaningless fucking sex. Like I said, I'm not in love with her. I'm not going to fucking tell, you know, I ain't going to tell anyone about it. You know, just meaningless sex, you know, absolutely. Stress relieving sex. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So Charlotte realizes she's wrong. She apologizes to Samantha. She goes to her place, gives her some muffins, says, I'm sorry. So they make up. They're friends again. Meanwhile, Vaughn gets turned on watching Carrie read his book. I guess that turns him on, and he wants to have sex, and she's like, she wants to slow it down because she doesn't want him to premature ejaculate again. She's like, hey, let's calm down a little bit. Let's slow. He's like, why? I don't want to calm down. Why don't you do it? It's like, no, let's wait. You know, I don't want you to get too excited. You know, he said, let's talk about this thing. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I've been talking about sex ever since I was 2 years old. Let's just go. Let's get out of here. Once again, he just loses his temper and goes off the deep end for no fucking reason. You know, another typical guy on the show who just does fucking, he just gets set off. Which basically every guy on the show does this. So they leave. They go back to his mom's house. You know, and he's like in the kitchen. Everyone, the rest of the family's in the fucking living room or in the foyer. They're just there talking, eating. You know, he's back there complaining about the fucking cream cheese. Where's the cream cheese? There's no cream cheese. Come on, no goddamn cream cheese back here. Mom, where'd you put the cream cheese? I don't find the cream cheese. Why can't we get any cream cheese around here? There's no cream cheese. And he finally comes out and joins everybody. Goes, what the? Here, you get fucking cream cheese in here. I'm like, dude, calm down, dude. What the fuck? You're acting like a little fucking kid. And Carrie's like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. You know, and right, Carrie should have left already. You know. This guy's an asshole. I'm sorry, Vaughn's an asshole. Not only does he fucking come too fast, he's a fucking asshole. He is. You know, you don't act that way in front of your family and in front of your date. This is fucking stupid. So Valerie Harper tries to stop her. Hey, listen, I know what's going on. Okay, his ex-girlfriend told me. I get it. He writes short stories, you know, but, you know, sex isn't everything. 77% of all marriages are sexless. You know, let's just talk about it. He's like, he doesn't want to talk about it. Well, you can talk to me about it. It's weird talking to you about it. She's like, hey, you and I have a great bond here. Let's not ruin this. And Carrie realizes that, you know, she's got to break up with the mom, with Valerie Harper. That's the one she's got to break up with. That's the one she's close to. That's the one she's connected to. Not this asshole. She's got to break up with her, you know? And I get it. It sucks. And so she agrees. She says, I'm sorry, man. You know, I can't hang out with you anymore. And Valerie Harper finally realizes, yeah, this is not your daughter. Okay, this is not your daughter. You know? And so she breaks up with her, you know, and leaves. And she says that, you know, and Carrie says that she needs to break up with her mom, and she goes off to meet her real family. She says, like, family doesn't have to be your biological family. It can be the family that you make of yourself. And she's like, and I've already got a family like that. So she goes to meet her girlfriends. Happy ending all the way around. Okay, so that was this episode of Sex and the City. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back next time to give you a review on the next episode, and thank you for watching. Oh, and Megan, hope the laundry's going good. Megan Fox. Yeah, you thought I didn't know I was listening to you.